I hope you're keeping warm wherever you are tuning in from, especially here in Nairobi. It is very, very cold. I'm your host, Delvin Owino, and what will we be discussing today? We'll be touching on the international fixtures, the UEFA Nations League, and Sam Nyamweya has come out with other comments directed at Nick Mwendwa. We'll be having a look at that and discussing if Sam Nyamweya is directing his comments. Does he sound more of a beaten man already even before the elections? And then after the break, we'll be touching on the Soccer 360 fantasy. You people asked for it. I have delivered. The code is on Twitter, the Soccer 360 fantasy code. If you haven't joined, make sure you do so. I'll be tweeting it again a little bit later on. So yeah, just join in, and then we can also be analyzing your teams. If you have a problem selecting your squad, if you don't know where to strengthen, you don't know if you're going to play attack, midfield or defense, or you want a more balanced squad, we are here to help. For today, I'll be analyzing my squad, Kevin's squad, and Charles' squad as well, and Flavion's Kimani. I'll shout you out, by the way. He did send me in your squad, so we'll be touching on your squad as well. But first and foremost, let me introduce my pundits, and I'll start with the man in orange today. He looks disappointed because he's seen Chelsea's kit resembling Crystal Palace. He's not too happy today. That's why you've worn orange.
Yeah, as much as I'm not happy, it's Chelsea's, and we have for them. I think I cannot say it is an awful jersey because I am Chelsea.
Dreadful.
No, I am Chelsea and nothing but Chelsea. So my friend, however much you don't like it, it's ours. We do what we want.
I think Chelsea, we've known Chelsea for having, there are three colors, are normally blue, yellow, black, and white. I think they're just stuck to those colors. I don't know why they drifted to
tukubali tu matokeo, bro.
You didn't want to be red like Arsenal, Liverpool, and United.
Yeah, but the good side is, the good thing is, it is a third kit, so it won't be used. It won't be used that evil. So
we used sparingly.
Yeah,
once in a month.
Alafu watu waache madharau. Watu waache madharau. Unasikia kuna jamaa amesema hati hiyo ni Crystal Palace imeomoka. People should not bana wachane na sisi.
By the way,
ati wode mwenye wametumia kupiga picha. Ati ni Mukarala Starlet. Sasa I'm like, people please. Wachane na sisi bana.
By the way, the kit is horrible.
Watu Arsenal.
No. I think probably United. Because United have an equally awful third kit, that white and black crossing. It's bad.
Okay, you're saying ours is awful.
No, yours is better.
Compare here to na zebra crossing people. Kwanza, I saw Paul Pogba wearing. Did you see that photo? Mama yangu.
I haven't seen that picture though.
Paul Pogba alikuwa ndani, unadhania ni barabara imechorwa, alafu huku sasa unajua huku ni mweusi miguu nini. Sasa huku ni white, huku ni mweusi, mikono nyeusi, unashindwa what is this?
Anyway,
hey, this bro.
Kits aside, but yeah, I'll give you that Chelsea's kit is less awful than United's third kit.
Exactly.
That I'll give you.
Thank you for
and
that.
For the man seated on Buzz right is Arsenal's fan. Kevin, you guys are still waiting for your third kit.
Third kit, yeah. But I'm here. It has actually been leaked.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
Doesn't look good. I think I prefer to the red one. The red one doesn't look good at all. But glad you're here today.
The cold. How are you guys handling the cold first and foremost?
Wait. Wacha nikwambie.
Don't answer my question first, then you utaniambia.
Yes, they call. Let me tell you, I'm trying not to keep it in my head, but the real thing, maze huku nje hapana. Unajua, it's better kukuwa na hiyo baridi kuzinyeshe hivi.
Yeah.
Alafu kama una kitu unaenda kufanya Kawangware na Mukarara, kaa tu kwa nyumba. Kuna kaa vibaya. Lakini now, this provides, provide job employment, kwa sababu ukienda hapo kama hiyo market ya Kawangware hapo nje unapata kuna mabazenga wanatry kuomoka na hiyo matope. Wanakuoshia viatu ukitoka tu hivi kwa soko, wanakuoshia viatu na muachia chwani 30 20. At the end of the day jamaa amepiga pocket yake. So
but you're good though. The cold, handling the cold well. I'm seeing all of you have suited up with your leather jacket, with your hoodie, handling the cold well. Should we get started? Let's start off with the local scene. And your favorite uncle, not your favorite, but Salim's favorite uncle, Sam Nyamweya, is at it again. Yeah. And I'll ask my director to bring up his comments on Nick Mwendwa. And now these comments of his are starting to sound a bit of a man who is already beaten even before the elections. He keeps on coming with negative comments directed at Nick Mwendwa. And I tend to, when the comments are still scrolling through, there's a part that he says that, and I tend to agree with him. We'll see it when it comes up. There's a part I tend to agree with him. But then again, why come out with such comments every now and again? In short, he was trying to say that Nick Mwendwa is being disrespectful and trying to divide the football fraternity here in Kenya. Now, Kevin, let me just start with you. But this is what I was saying. It's ironical for Nick Mwendwa to classify himself as a savior of Kenyan football, while in the span of 4 years, the FKF regime under him has occasioned the loss of 244 million funds meant for AFCON, an additional 125 million meant for the purchase of an OB van. This is besides hundreds of millions in grants and sponsorship funds that cannot be accounted for. That's, I tend to agree with him there. But then, Kevin, back to you now. Do you think he's sounding like a defeated man even before the elections, or do you think he has a point? Do you see where he's coming from with his comments?
I think these are kicks of a dying horse. It's, he's just seeing the loss coming his way, and I know it's very okay. I know he's actually bringing up very valid points, but these are, I mean, it's a case of calling a kettle black, because we remember during Sam Nyamoya's reign, similar things have happened. So for him to come out and say all this is just very ironical. These are just kicks of a dying horse, and he has sensed defeat. Yeah.
So he's doing everything in his power to just tarnish probably Nick Mwendwa's name, according to you.
Cheap politics.
Very, very cheap. But Bar Prince, this guy's Uncle Sam, we've sat here with you a number of times, the Saturday show, discussing Salim's favorite, Uncle Sam Nyamoya. He always has something to say.
Na hampendi. Ni uncle yake lakini hampendi kabisa. Jutu ya hizi vitu.
True. But this guy always has something to say. Should he just, as Salim said, he should go back to his rural home and take care of his cattle, the cattle and
grandchildren.
And the grandchildren.
Well, let me tell you, this is football politics. We expect this, and in politics, there is a common thing that is used always: propaganda. And I don't want to say it's propaganda because maybe he has his own facts, he has his own research, because propaganda is something that is not researched, something that is just there.
Rumors.
Yeah, but we can see some points in there that he cannot account for
like the loss of money,
the millions that he has been receiving as the president of the FKF. But again, it's not the first time. Even in 2017, even in the last elections, some amekuwa hivyo towards Nick Mwendwa. But again, wacha isibaki just talking. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Don't just tell us.
Actions speak louder than words, as they normally
chukua
say.
nini petition, andika basi enda useme alifanya hivi. Simama tuone, because all of us, zile talents, all those talents down there, they are depending on us who have that voice to, talk about them. So if you know for a fact hii pesa iliibiwa, simama nenda kaongee pale mahakamani. Let us see actions. But if you just type on your social media handle, you just call for media presses and unatuambia, it is not helping us. Kama ni hivyo, as we always say, go back to your rural home. Linda wajukuu wanataka kuita gukaa. Hiyo story tumalize. Na pia hao wengine wenye wanajiita vijana wanajifanya kukomboa. We are so angry.
And remember, this is the same guy. About 2 weeks ago, did not submit his papers for the nomination exercise. He was accusing Nick Mwendwa of being in office illegally, that being one of his reasons, and that the process was going to be fraudulent. That's why he didn't submit his nomination papers.
He has a team.
Let me ask the viewers at home. Social media handles are at the bottom of the screen. Hashtag Soccer360 on Twitter. WhatsApp, do leave your name. Do tell me, what do you think? Where do you think Sam Nyamoya is coming out with his comments about Nick Mwendwa? Let's not forget, 2 weeks ago, he did come out with other comments regarding his reasons as to why he will not be participating in the nomination exercise. Do you think he's sounding like a defeated man already, even before the elections, or can you see where he is coming from? Now, social media handles, again, bottom of the screen. Now, let's carry on with Sam Nyamoya before we move on to the international scene, because we have a bit to touch on there. And, of course, the fantasy that Kevin is excited about. Bar Prince as well, you are excited about
I am very eager to see your teams. Junta wapiga. Now, by the way...
And do not copy us, because let me tell you, next Monday...
I was the first person, by the way. I was the first person. Just because I've not yet joined the league, but I was the first person to select. I remember you telling me, mbona ungoje kina Kai Havertz? I was like, no, Tulia, relax. We
But
do
I'm
what
sure
we want at Stanford Bridge.
the unfortunate thing is that I don't okay the name that will come later.
Don't go there.
I was going to tell you the unfortunate thing is that you can only take 3 Chelsea players. But anyway, anyway, let's carry on now. With this guy, Sam Nyamweya, do you think he stands a chance of winning?
There's no chance of him winning. Of course, he has a very dark past. Who will vote for Sam Nyamweya?
Yeah. We
There's
all
no
remember
chance.
what happened during his
Exactly.
regime.
Yeah.
And as some people say that he left a mere, was it 500 shillings that they keep on saying in the account
Imagine.
of FKF. So yeah, it's going to be a hard path for him from now until the elections. It's a very, very tough task for him to actually be elected president.
I think he just wants to come in to just get some retirement money and just go away. He's not here for the interest of football of this country.
Do you think it's either that or he just doesn't want Nick Mwendwa to be there?
No,
One thing that we have seen, he does not like Nick Mwendwa. That is for sure.
Delvin and Papa, let me tell you one thing. Maybe I cannot say this person does not stand a chance. First of all, if we want to have free and fair elections and have a person who we feel like, yes, this is a person who is there and who will help us, we need to amend our football constitution.
But don't you think...
Because let me tell you, the powers that Nania Konazo, Nick Mwendwa, na Sam Nyamweya, na Mwashiro, and everybody else, they almost have the same, because this is all about politics, football politics. It's about delegates. It's not about the common person who can go and vote there. It is very easy to bribe a delegate. It is very easy to win someone. It is very easy to buy that vote. So you cannot tell me that Sam Nyamweya does not stand a chance. Na kuna hao delegates. But in fact, kuna reports that the number of people who will be voting zimepungua. Wanazipunguza so that they can win them.
You did see the report that they released?
They might be amended. They might be amended. Mark my word.
But now this brings us again to, this is the reason as to why Sam Nyamweya did not participate in the nomination
He
exercise.
knows what is going on.
He said that this process is going to be flawed.
Yes, and
short.
it is.
But this is what has been happening over the years. I mean, he went to the High Court for them to stop. I think the ball lies on the Electoral Board. They need to do their work. They need to do proper voter verification so that we make sure that these delegates are actually real delegates, not bringing in people from everywhere you have paid them to come just vote.
But here in Kenya, you just never know.
No.
When it comes to voting,
Delvin, I challenge each and every sportman in this nation to wake up na atete football, because I am telling you we are heading somewhere where tunaenda kwa deep state in football, tunaenda kwa cartels in football, the real cartels in football, because you cannot tell me, ndio, it is FIFA thing, it is CAF thing, that these people are voted by delegates, but you cannot tell me that 47 or 45 million Kenyans wanaongozwa na mtu mwenye amepigiwa kura na 90 people.
It doesn't make sense.
Itatelemka chini. We need to do something. That's why I'm telling you, even anybody can win that seat.
I think the most easiest way is if someone has been in office and you know very well you've been squandering money left, right, and center, let the electoral board bar them from vying. Bar Nick Mwendwa and bar Sam Nyamweya.
Do they have an audit? Do they have? Do they do auditing?
That's another
They
thing,
don't.
you know.
The electoral board cannot. Hawana say kwa hawa nini hawa. Let me tell you. Ukiangalia the relationship between Nick Mwendwa, yani the FKF and the electoral board, wako hivi, because let me tell you, unapata Nick Mwendwa ndiyoko almost every day, every time kwa media akizungumzia haya maneno. We have not seen, kama ni mara mingi ni moja ama mbili, the president of the electoral board akikuja to clarify things. It is Nick Mwendwa and his people who are here. So what does he tell you?
Some even argue at this point that he's in office illegally. He's not supposed to be in office.
Exactly. So things are not clear. Things are in the court. So that's why.
From what Abba is saying, I see where you're coming from. You tend to agree partially.
Exactly.
With Uncle Sam.
Yes.
But then again, you think that even him, from his past regime and the things he's been through, he's not probably in the right position to be arguing about this stuff.
No, of course no. And when he was there, why didn't he do something about all this that he's talking about? Kina Musa Otieno, arudi angalie the cases walikuanga nazo. Musa Otieno, the former Harambee Stars coach, alikuanga na shida na yeye akisema nilipe pesa zangu when he was there. So right now, it is the time now you are writing or you are roaming all over the media telling us about the pesas and nini. What did you do when you were there? In fact, if I was a delegate watching the same on national television, I cannot wake up to go and vote for somebody who was there and did not do anything.
Exactly.
Never.
I think it's just a case of the chicken are coming home to roost. Because he had the chance to reform the FKF, but he failed. I think also the Ministry of Sports needs to come in. Because
and they are quiet.
They're very quiet. There's nothing which is happening. Amina Mohammed, yeah?
Thank you for naming. I wasn't going to name her.
They need to sit down and streamline what. Just streamline whatever is in the FKF. Just streamline.
They need to. She needs to actually do something.
Maybe I think they are like government na mpira. If we involve ourselves, maybe kutakuwa hivi bana nini na nini. Maybe that is what they are.
Maybe that's why. That's maybe.
But it's a maybe.
Come on.
But you need to do something.
She needs to.
Yes. You need to do something.
This is a multi-billion industry. You just cannot let it slide like that. You need to do something.
If football could devolve, mi nasemanga hivyo because we have chairman kwa ma division, ma province huku chini, we have chairman. These people hiyo ni development. Why is it that we're having a problem huko juu? Because now tuko na 2 elections, county and national.
The national. Yeah.
If county tenda mbaya, national haitatendeka.
The county one is supposed to be later this month, if I'm not sure.
Yes, this month. And the electoral board actually, I think it's on Wednesday or something, that imesema if wewe uko na swali kuja uulize, leta malalamishi yako kuhusiana na what will be publishing the names. If you don't have, then at 11 you cannot again come and tell us huyu na huyu. No, so it's up to 10th. If 10th it elapses, then that's all.
It.
Hakuna mtu mwenye atakuja kulalamika. So imagine 10th imefika kina Sam hawako. Are you seeing the crisis that we are moving into?
It's going to be a crisis. Do you think they'll, like for them that didn't hand over their nomination exercise, they'll clearly say they've been given until the 10th.
Yes. Do
you see them going back into to be one of the presidential aspirants?
Imagine.
Or do you see some of them just backing out? Like I'm sure Uncle Sam will get his name back into that ballot.
And you know,
some way or the other.
And you know, this thing haitakuwa solved because tuko na 2 parties. Tuko na FKF, wale wenye wako no, tuko na electoral board na tuko na wenye wanavai. As we said, the Ministry of Health is not talking, FIFA is not talking, CAF is not talking. So who will solve this mess? Nobody. If I'm not wrong, tunafaa kuchaguana 19th, date 19th October. If his story hazitakuwa zime-clarifyiwa, what will happen? Angalia, people are saying that you are in office illegal. Hii pandemic imekuja imemfanya analipwa pesa enye hafai kuwa analipwa. So if Sam ama Mwashiro atakuja aseme no.
Anyway, now for us, the only thing we can do is from the outside look into what the system, because even we can't even vote. That's the most shameful thing. You've mentioned
I want to vote. That's
even
what I'm saying.
I would love to vote.
I want to vote.
And who would you vote for, by the way?
No.
No, I'm just asking.
Not Uncle Sam. Not somebody who was
okay,
in the
you
system.
tell me who would you vote for before you move on.
Not the person.
Okay, just give me a name.
No, I won't.
Why?
I won't. Bwana sitaki bwana.
I'll convince you during the break to give me a name. Kevin,
I'll vote for Boniface Osano. He's been everywhere in Africa. He knows the inside and outside of football in Africa. So he has the know-how of how to run a proper football league.
You'd vote for Osano. Who would you vote for?
I will never say this person knows how to. Because nakumbuka kelele yenye Mr. Nick Mwendwa.
No, I think you'd vote for Nick Mwendwa again.
No, actually kuna some coaches saitu hatuongelesha nanga kwa sababu yao. Wanasema we voted for him but angalia. But let me tell you, Delvin.
No, just give me a name, we move on.
No, I'm not giving a name, but I've said I can never vote for somebody who was in the system.
Okay, so you'd probably go Herbert Mwashiro.
Wachana na mimi wewe. Wachana na mimi.
Okay.
It's serious. Man.
Anyway, by the way, you, the viewers at home, tell us who you would vote for if we were able to vote. Unfortunately, us, we are not able to vote, the football family, and it's a very disappointing affair that only about 90 people, as Bar put it, are allowed to vote. And those are those that are involved within the football itself. Now, let's move on to the international scene, and we'll start off with, of course, UEFA Nations League. And some of you do not like internationals, but we have to.
Yeah.
Exactly. We just have to. Now, we'll start off by looking at, let's touch on Iceland. the game between Iceland and England first and foremost. Now, England, they didn't look quite themselves. We didn't know. We sat here on Saturday and we said that Iceland will definitely give England a hard time. Iceland themselves didn't look good. England themselves didn't. It was a very dull, boring affair.
I think they were just, this game was just below par. England have a very great squad, but the coach, Jesus.
Guy, you don't believe in Guy at Southgate?
A coach who got relegated with Middlesbrough, I don't rate him at all. In fact, just because he went to the semi-finals, guarantee him to be a coach for England. Look at all these stars, the Raheem Sterling, the Harry Kane, but he doesn't know how to use them.
Too many superstars, maybe probably that's the problem.
This game they could have beaten Iceland around 4 or 5.
Now with England, for those of you who don't know, this kit I think is a throwback to the 1998 World Cup kit. I do remember this kit very well when David Beckham was sent off against Argentina for throwing a kick at Diego Simeone. But anyway, back to topic of discussion. As he has said, he doesn't believe in Gareth Southgate. Is Gareth Southgate the problem with this England squad? Yes, it's fine to say they reached the World Cup final, but for us, we can say as well, did you see their way to the World Cup semi-finals? It was a very easy route. Is Southgate the problem in this team, or do you think this team is just too many superstars are spoiling? What's that saying, by the way?
Too many cooks spoil the broth, yeah?
That, exactly.
Well, but let me tell you, if you have too many stars, it's an advantage. Because look at somebody like Pep Guardiola. He has too many stars in Man City, but he knows how to use them. Nobody's complaining.
So it's
but
Southgate. So
and
you're giving it to Southgate here.
Sometimes you find these stars, fighting. Sometimes wanakosana.
Oh, there was the Gomez and Sterling issue.
You've seen them. So I can tell you this. I am so disappointed in Southgate and his group, because from the World Cup, there's no improvement that we are seeing. My friend, drawing 1-0 against Iceland is a shame.
Mind you, Iceland missed a penalty.
You have people when you wamebeba kikombe pale, so wamebeba EPL and others. When tumeona superstars when you wametoka, we have new people like Jadon Sancho. So why are you not scoring 4, 5, 6, 7 like others? So don't tell me that the problem ni players. The problem is the coach.
The problem is the system, quite clearly. But again, I don't think we should underestimate Iceland. They've been doing so well in the recent years. We saw them in the World Cup, saw them in the last Euros. They actually knocked out England. But themselves, they did play well.
If you don't beat Iceland, what will Belgium do to you?
He's a Belgium fan anyway.
These are two teams which are in different classes.
Yeah.
Totally different classes. These are quality players who are champions, won the Champions League. You cannot tell me Iceland can be
but then Iceland are in League A for a reason with England.
Come on.
Bro,
they're in League A for a reason. They're a good team. They're not a bad team.
Bro, sisi hatukatai. Wewe nimekuuliza tu swali moja. Kama hauwezi kupiga Iceland.
Yeah, we know Belgium did beat England 2-0 in the World Cup third place playoff. But anyway, now both of you now I tend to agree that Southgate is probably the issue when it comes to this England side. Probably a better manager would get them playing better and scoring more goals.
Yeah, they need they deserve
like
a better.
You saw how Ronald Koeman improved that Netherlands side.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Exactly. We need a coach of Ronald Koeman's caliber so that can
unfortunately he's gone.
Exactly.
And we do know
crying, by the way.
We do know this England side that the FA they would like to have an England national head coach.
That is the problem.
An England with a nationality. But how do you say? What am I
England nationality.
A coach with England nationality. Exactly. They wouldn't bring in a foreigner to coach the England national side.
That's the problem.
Imagine Wengi, they don't have many English, coaches when you are elite. Let me say that.
There's actually none.
Maybe Frank Lampard is kind of going there, but not yet, of course. Not yet, but maybe. Because
those Lampard is like another three years.
3 years.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. He's not yet there, but maybe because they don't have. I think that's why they are wanakwamaria kwa Southgate for now. But they have a problem.
Do you see this team actually winning?
Winning what? Winning what?
Do they have a chance?
They really cry that the cup is coming home.
Oh yeah, that World Cup. Yeah, they were crying. They were all singing it's coming home, but didn't come home.
So there's nothing they're gonna win. If they're gonna stick with Southgate, who has zero tactics, zero I think he has even zero knowledge of football.
Kikombe gani?
Kikombe gani utashinda? There's nothing.
The viewers at home, you tell me, do you think England stand a chance come the next Euros next summer? Or do you think that Southgate is the problem, as my two pundits here have put it? For me, well, I'll just listen to what you guys are saying. I don't know where to start off with England because quality squad, as I've mentioned, yes, but I just don't know. Yes, they did win, but I just don't know. They can never seem to get it right at the most important time. Now, let's talk about a team that seems like they're getting things right. They won the UEFA Nations League last 2018-2019. That is Portugal. Wow. Now, I sat here on Saturday. Bar Prince, you're here with me. I went for a Croatia win. Portugal absolutely demolished Croatia. And it would have been more. It would have been more if you watched that game.
And you know, trust me, Ronaldo was not there.
He wasn't playing.
He wasn't playing.
Even if he's there, there's nothing more you would have added.
Come on.
Stars are there.
Come on, please.
Stars are there.
That is
the quality thing about
Joao Felix.
Yeah, he was missing a lot of chances.
Crazy.
The chances they had.
Yeah.
I was surprised. Croatia just didn't look themselves. Is it that they were missing Rakitic and Modric, so they weren't? They didn't have that confidence and swagger about them going into this match. What was the problem?
I think they're rebuilding because if you look at that squad, majority of those players, the players who are not even in that World Cup, the one they reached, the
finals, the like 2018.
Exactly. There was no Rakitic, Modric. So I think Croatia is a team which is currently rebuilding. So Portugal just took a meal out of them and just finished them.
Portugal, Bar Prince, these guys, they have quality in that squad.
I told you.
And for me, Portugal is a team I've never actually believed in, to be quite honest with you. Even the Euro run, the one they won, I think it was just bare luck. Bare luck all the way. But this side, now, you look at this side, they won the last UEFA Nations League for a reason. They have quality all over the field. But then again, what I can really pick out as a weakness in this squad is that backline. Just doesn't look good. Joao Cancelo scored a fantastic goal. Don't take that away. But their centre-back pairing, if they can get those two formidable centre-backs, they're good.
You know, the problem with the international matches or maybe national team is that they can never purchase, they cannot buy.
You can't.
You can't.
You have to rely on the talent that's coming out.
If there's a wonder kid that is coming, you have to wait for him. Yeah. So that's the problem. And it might take a bit, or convert some of your superstars, maybe strikers and some midfielders, to go to that centre back.
Control
if
Ronaldo,
you don't,
Ronaldo back to the centre back with all that muscle he has. He can do a decent job at centre back.
Yeah, he can. Lakini sasa ule jamani wa
Why you underestimating my goat?
Ooh, which goat? Cristiano. Come on, don't bring that here.
Yeah, we don't bring that. We all know who the goat is. Yeah, we do know who the goat is.
So what I'm saying is, wow, it will depend if they understand themselves and they, you know. We don't have a strong backline like the midfield and the striking side, then they can do something. And that is what by they are using. Because without Cristiano, they said, he's not there.
They still performed.
Let me use another superstar who is coming.
Joao Felix.
Felix.
Now, Kevin, for you, are Portugal one of the favourites heading into the Euros next summer?
Yeah, they have a chance, but I won't give them like 100% chance they're going to win the Euros, but they really have a chance. That squad is a quality squad.
Very quality. Yeah. You'd give them a higher chance than England?
Of course.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We all know who the champion is, so why do we have to debate about this? We all know where the quality is, my friend. When you have the best quality from Man City and all over the world, like Spain, and Italy, the likes of Kina Lukaku, you know who the champions are. But they will give a competition.
We're not even discussing Belgium. I don't know why you have jumped into Belgium already.
You were saying about Kubeba Trophy. So you say England...
Can I cut you short? Can you cut you short?
Yeah, you can.
Okay,
why not? Where do you
now, viewers, we have to go on a short break. You're funny. We have to go on a short break. When we come back, we'll be touching on Spain and Germany and then taking a look at our Fantasy Soccer 360 League teams. We'll be analyzing my team, Kevin's team, Charles' team, and Flavion's Kimani. I hope I didn't butcher that name. But anyway, don't go too far. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Soccer 360. I'll just start by reading out some of the comments here on WhatsApp, and then Barpreds will read some of them that are on Twitter. And let me tell you, there are very, very many comments here. Hey guys, you look pretty this afternoon. I'm a Chelsea fan. They know from Eldoret. Bar VP, Chelsea for life, bro. Can't wait for the EPL to resume.
Niko fresh mwanangu. Hujambo bwana. Kijibaridi ya hope huko peke yako bwana. Lazima upige kibaridi either ukiwa na mtu kitu kama uji Tunajibamba.
Okay,
Lakini sasa we are
okay.
too pretty bro tena.
Kevo, you've been called pretty by.
Unaitwa pretty bro.
Anyway. Hey, I'm John Joroge from Thika. Story ya Jimenez kujiunga na Man United imefika wapi?
False.
So Jimenez, I don't think that is a false story. I don't think that will be happening.
Ameambiwa na jirani yake tu.
Anyway, hey guys, Ivan's watching from Mukurweni. Is Koulibaly joining Man City?
Mama yo.
It's the last time I read, it says he wanted Napoli to reduce that 90 million price tag. After all, Koulibaly is not even worth not even 45 million.
Given his age.
Yeah.
Hakuna kitu kayo.
For me, I do think, because Napoli, what I hear from Socrates from Arsenal, they're waiting for Koulibaly to move on to Man City, then they sign Socrates. So probably City, there are definitely links there between City and Koulibaly. But if the deal will be done, we do not know. About Prince, I'll let you read a few there on Twitter and then I come back to WhatsApp.
Yeah, there's this my G anasema Soccer 360 anasema Nyamwea is a clone. He already sensed defeat. His past puts him off. Nobody will beat Mwendwa. That guy is too smart. Okay.
Fair comment, because actually for me, I actually see Nick Mwendwa will win the elections again.
You will vote for him?
We can't vote.
Who will do? Anyway, sawa. Anasema at Lubanga Junior anasema Ebuskia kenye ba Prince anasema kuhusu Paul Pogba third kit yenu kama Chelsea. Anyway, ni venye I think nimecriticize about.
But the Chelsea third kit is better than the United third kit.
So awful, ni mbaya sana hiyo kit yenu. Kuna jamaa mwingine anasema ni aje Soccer 360 tunapata fiti tukiwa Rongai na best yangu Kim. Anasema ligi inaanza lini? Ligi gani?
This Friday.
Yeah, this Friday.
Liverpool against Leeds United will be opening game.
Sawa.
Now read the last one, then I carry on here.
Hizi za nini ni vizuri kuzisoma kweli hizi za fantasy football because nimeona kuna wase wana predict. I mean walikuwa wanauliza. They had too many questions like this person anasema, "Hey, the code is refusing to accept." I think you'll give that.
I'll respond to that. Let me just
but
get
nimeona umemtumia again. Okay. Yeah, okay, go through.
Let me get through some of these WhatsApp messages. Good afternoon, I'm Eugene from Umoja. The show is awesome. Sam Nyamwea is a clown kama Una Emery. Well, Kevin, do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, he's right. They're both clowns, big clowns.
Ni attention tu anatafuta.
Now, this is Paul Gateru, my United fan. He says, Delvin, please tell me if the Saturday show still exists. Yes, it does.
Oh, yeah.
At 12 to 1, I even posted a promo on my Twitter account. It's there on my Twitter profile that the temporary time change. It does exist from 12 to 1. Sorry if you've been missing out, but yeah, 12 to 1 is the new time. And yeah, he says, I've been looking forward to seeing you guys on Saturday with no success. Sorry about that, Mr. Paul Gateru. Let me read one more, then we jump into the fantasy. I know that's what you all are waiting for, and so many viewers that were bashing my Twitter last Saturday, so that I can give them the code for the FPL. So let me read a few more here. Someone here says, I would seriously vote for, okay, I'm locked, Delvin. Nilikuwa nimepotea kidogo because my GoTV decoder ilikuwa imepoteza my favorite station, Ibru. I'm back and Chelsea tumekuja. So many Chelsea fans. Ambia Nyamwea na Nick wachie akaranga kazi. I'm Kelvin Shidogo Bulimu Vihiga. Now he says that he would actually vote for Akaranga.
Anatoka wapi huyo jamaa? Huyo jamaa utapata ni
one of us. Yeah, that's what he said. He's from Vihiga.
Yeah. Wanadhania hii ni ugavana hii. Hii sio ugavana ndugu. Hii ni football bwana. Wewe anasema Clint the mix general. Anasema hii vitu ya FPL inanisumbua squad complete lakini inaniambia error.
Yeah, that already commented on that. But anyway, now since so many fantasy messages are coming in, let's jump into fantasy.
Hizi vitu si watu wengi wanaelewa.
Let's jump into fantasy. Now we'll start by what we're going to do here is if you have a problem of selecting a team, your first 11 or your team in general, you can send us in your team that you have, and then we can help you. We can see the best way in which you can spend that 100 million. Now, to be fair, now we'll start by analyzing my team. And remember the code. I've sent the code on my tweet. It's a Soccer 360 League on Fantasy. This is my team. Now, we'll start by analyzing my team. And Ba and Kevin take us through it and see where you would have changed stuff or done something a bit different. Now, actually, this is Kevin's team. But I'll ask my director to bring up my team kindly. We'll start with my team, then go to Kevin's, then go to Charles. There we go.
All right.
That is my team. As you can see, Nick Pope, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Connor Cody, Kieran Tierney, Fabinho, Havertz, De Bruyne, Aubameyang, Pepe in the midfield, Rodrigo and Antonio. So clearly for me, you can see emphasis was put in the midfield here. That's where I'm aiming to get most of my points.
But there's one thing you've missed. De Bruyne is not playing in game week 1, so you have 0 points there.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Trust me, it will matter.
It doesn't matter because De Bruyne will come up.
When people in the league surpass you, you understand why.
No, De Bruyne can give you 40, 50 points easily.
Let me ask. No, for me,
you don't have him. That's
for
why
me, Nick Pope is a tick for me because Pierre Nikona.
Very good goalkeeper.
But guys, I think you guys are failing to understand because Nick Pope is not playing in game.
He's not going to play in game week.
De Bruyne.
We don't care, man.
Listen. This is fantasy, bro. We have
De Bruyne is not going to play as well.
De Bruyne is not playing. So having De Bruyne in this first 11 is already a liability.
Because 4 games,
this means 0 points.
This means in Kevin's team, ameka wachezaji wote wenye wanacheza in the first
in the game week 1.
And that's why there's something called a wild card.
Unaweza anza week 1 upigwe vibaya. Uende na even negative goals.
What Kevin is trying to say?
You're okay with having 0 points?
Yes, I'm okay. In the second week, it'll recover.
How do you know? Are you sure?
Now the thing is that
are you sure? Are you sure De Bruyne will score and assist?
So you want to tell me?
No, are you sure?
Yes, it's De Bruyne. That's why he's there, bro.
It's like him telling me Warner will score consecutive game after game.
This is
not FIFA.
Let me break down this for the viewers. Now I get where Kevin is coming from. That game week 1.
He's not coming from nowhere.
No, he's looking at it game week after game week after game week. Game week 1. Kevin De Bruyne, of course, they're going to be starting their game week next week.
It's no problem.
Pope as well won't be available. But remember, the substitutions are free and the transfers are free, actually.
They are free till game week 1 before game week 1, before it starts.
Do you know KDB can come? Do you know KDB can come?
Are you sure?
Points.
Are you sure? That's the question.
No, this.
Are you sure he's
Hakuna mtu
gonna score? Exactly. Then why you
na hao wenye unaanzisha hiyo week 1
points?
pia hakuna
Okay,
mtu
wait, guys.
The thing is.
No, even
okay, now, listen. I get where you're coming from.
I don't want to talk too much.
Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne, if you look at the points he gained last season, he's a guy who can easily he can reclaim those points that he's lost from game week 1. Nick Pope as well is one of the top keepers in fantasy last season. So he's another keeper you look at and you'd be like, even though, you may have 0 points this week, you look at those two players and you'd be like, they can reclaim those, they can recover those points that they've lost within the coming game.
But the thing is, this is a competition.
It is.
You'll have 2 0 points. Next week, your competitor will get he plays his wild card, gets De Bruyne, gets Nick Pope. So
wacha tumalize hivi. Mimi
he's already ahead of you. He's already ahead of you.
Anyway, I want to see Pep's team in the third week.
Yeah, we'll show
exactly.
I really want to see.
That's why it's something called a wild card.
We'll show everyone's team here. But then, as I was saying, emphasis for me, the team definitely. Where am I going to win points? Where I was looking at where I'm going to win points, definitely in that midfield. You see my attack. Not such an expensive attack, but I know Antonio, we know him from last season, he'll get those goals for you. Yeah. Okay, not as much as the likes of Aubameyang, Kane, or Aguero, but he'll chip in with those goals for you. Rodrigo, we don't know what he's going to offer in the Premier League. He's just joined Leeds from Valencia, but he's quite an awesome talent. You look at that back line, Trent, Cody, and Tierney.
That's one I'll agree.
It's a good back line.
It's a good back line.
It's a good
Tierney
one.
and Trent, the assists.
Yeah, you'll get the points there from assists from Trent and Tierney as well.
Tierney is a good person when it comes to tackles. Anakuinia pia, akuinawe na speed. Okay.
And assists as well.
But he's the only person mimi niko na shida na yeye kwa hiyo team. Tierney.
But
you wouldn't put
him.
Let
me ask you, how are players getting points in fantasy?
Did you ask yourself?
Assists and clean sheets.
Not tackles.
It depends where you're playing.
No tackles.
No
tackles. No
assists, clean sheet, goals.
Goals, exactly.
So if Squeezy, Tierney can get some points. Some
assists. No,
Tierney will give you the tackles. Points for tackles.
He'll give you the assists there.
The assists he'll give you.
So, how would you rate my squad? Clearly, emphasis is on the midfield. That's where I'm looking to get my points from.
Why did you pick
any weak points? You cannot. You expect me to pick Kane. You don't have that much money. It's 100 million you have to spend.
Okay, yeah. You spend more in your midfield.
Yeah. I've spent more in my midfield. Once you have a De Bruyne and Aubameyang, probably like you.
Uber is so expensive.
Yeah, he's actually. I think he's the most expensive.
If I'm not 11 something.
12. De Bruyne is 11.5 or 11. Now, anything you'd change from my squad?
I'd remove Pepe. I'm not sure whether Pepe will start.
He will start.
I'm not sure about Pepe. I will remove Havertz. he has not had much training, so I'm not sure Lampard will start him. Rodrigo, I'll skip him. He's a very good
he's a very good
differential. As in the first 3 weeks will be a bit hard on him because
we'll see how he does.
Tough fixtures. So I'll still keep Rodrigo. Backline and keeper, I'm all good.
Yeah, because we have to be reasonable here because you only have 100 million to spend. So you can't have a squad where you have Van Dijk, Alexander-Arnold at the back there, and a whole lot of quality. You have to know how to balance the team. But for me, my emphasis was on midfield. Now let's move over to Kevin's team.
I did not even comment on this team. Kuna vitu mingi sana sita agree sana na Kevin. Director akirudisha hiyo team itakuwa poa. For Nani Havertz, I think it's 100% tick kwa sababu ya kitu moja. Okay, these are 50-50 thing. But if he picks mzee, you will have a day to smile. And it is something me, in fact, naweza mwanzisha hiyo wiki na mweka captain anapiga vizuri.
Now I agree with you. Let's move on to Kevin's. I agree with you in that Havertz, if he
picks,
if he just continue, he's a quality player.
And there is
if he comes up with that form that he came out with, which was he had in Bayer Leverkusen, he's going to be a revelation. Let's start. Let's continue.
You're not sure.
Anyway, let's continue. Kevin, this was your team.
This is my team.
Emi Martinez in goal. Egan, Vinagre from Wolves. Hector Bellerin, surprise package there. Aubameyang, Salah, Son, Saint Maximin, Werner, Ings, and Antonio. Now, for you, I think how I'd see, I think you have a proper balance between your midfield and attack because Timo Werner, he's a goal scorer, natural goal scorer. He'll get you the goals. Ings as well. Last season was banging goals. I see you have Antonio. I picked Antonio as well.
Exactly.
Towards the ending, after the restart, after the restart period, he was actually in quite good form. And then you have Aubameyang, Salah, Heung-min Son, natural goal scorers. These guys will get you points.
Exactly. What I went for in the mid is I want people who can score goals. I'm not going for any defensive. I'm going for attack. I don't have any defensive. I picked up Saint Maximin. This is a player who came from Nice to Newcastle and has done wonders, providing assists left, right, and centre. And with Callum Wilson just being confirmed, I think Saint Maximin and Callum Wilson is the combination.
He can rack up assists
for Callum Wilson. For Vinagre, I picked this lad.
He won't start though.
He'll start, and I'll tell you why. Johnny Otto, he's injured long term. He has a knee ligament, so I think Nuno Espirito now he'll promote this Vinagre to start in that first 11. Having Egan last season, Sheffield had the best defense. Trust me, they were picking up clean sheets game after game. That's why I picked Egan. And Bellerin, I'm sure Bellerin this season is going to turn up as he's going to even be the best right back.
What if he leaves and goes to PSG where 135? That's been quoted to have been linked to the £35 million deal.
I have a question. Why did you pick Martinez?
Boss,
I think he was the best keeper
last season.
Towards the end.
Clean sheets.
No, you don't. Sometimes I think you have to look at yeye na Leno nane anachukua number 1.
Now that's the problem. I think that's now.
And I'm not disputing that his quality.
I think you have a point there.
If you listen to what Arteta said, he said he's going to start whoever has more hunger to start.
Leno is so angry.
How sure are you it's Martinez?
It's going to be Martinez.
Okay.
He's been having a good game. We'll see. Saturday is just here. 2:30 p.m.
You pick the both of them as your keepers. Keepers are not expensive.
They're super expensive.
They're cheap.
Now they're at 5.5.
Now let's just look at this team first and foremost. Now clearly, perhaps I do like your team, but Prince, I don't know if you.
I do.
From the midfield down, I think you're going to score a lot of points. To be quite fair with you, honest with you.
There's a good balance, but Bellerin, man. Oh. For me, no.
He can get the assist there.
It's risky. It's a risk.
Even that Vinagre, I don't think he'll start because you have Connor Cody, Size, and Bolly at the back there. Vinagre won't start.
You know Doherty went to Spurs.
Mbona hukuchukua yake, bro?
Yake na.
The thing that I'm trying to ask you here.
All these players are playing game week 1.
Saint Maximin. Would you have rather had Adama Traore in that position?
But Adama Traore just tested positive for
yeah,
COVID. So
I will
start.
Oh, he tested positive.
Yeah, tested positive. That's why he's not in the sprint squad.
I didn't hear that story. Anyway, yeah, your squad looks quite decent.
Do you know who I have there?
More than decent.
I'm asking myself.
Let me tell you, we're not going to analyze your squad.
I'm not.
No, you did not send your squad.
I'm just comparing mine because I haven't
You did not send your squad.
The question I'm asking, where on earth can you select a team now cause them to come a Pulisic? This is so delusional.
Anyway,
you're all fake.
Anyway,
you're fake.
Let's move on to now Charles. This is the director. He's the director. You all know Charles. Let's move on to his team.
Mr. Chow.
And looking at his team, being a United fan, of course, David De Gea is there. Robertson, I can't quite remember.
Guys, you ain't even going for superstars.
Anyway, Doherty is there. Kai Havertz, Willian, Klitsch, Son, Mitrovic, Kane, and Ings.
Mitrovic.
I think the forward line, he's going to get a lot of points on that forward line.
Harry Kane, I'm really suspicious about Harry Kane.
But do you know
during the start of the season, he's really not.
Harry Kane alimpatia points last season. You know, he's that dependable person.
But he doesn't quite, he starts quite slow.
And you know, something else,
yeah.
if you've ever noticed, under Mourinho, Kane has not really been banging those goals. It's actually Son and Lucas, mostly.
Do you know, I had a debate on whether to pick Son or KDB.
No, I think it's when both teams are playing, I think that's a no-brainer. It's KDB all. I think everyone. I think one thing we have to agree on here. I think the two players that everyone, like a majority, 90% of everyone would have. I think it's KDB and Aubameyang.
True.
Being quite honest, those two players.
They give you quality.
You look at Charles' team. The midfield. Willian, will he start? That's another thing.
That's another thing.
Kai Havertz, if same situation as me. Kai Havertz, if he definitely will start Havertz.
Willian will start. You have to consider that Arsenal itampima this first season, so they have to.
Willian, you can't.
You can't tell he'll start. You cannot tell.
No,
Where will he start? Where will he start?
Let me tell you. You see, after a pandemic, he has proven at Chelsea that I want this. Na ametusaidia, by the way.
He's been good. He's a good player, but where will he start? You ask my team.
And why did you buy him?
But the thing is,
why did you buy him?
The thing is,
why you bought him?
No, let me tell you. He can. And Willian,
he can start, but
play.
we don't know if he's going to start. That's the thing.
That's the thing. You're not sure.
Because there's some players
that can't rush any player into the first 11.
There's some players that are guaranteed. They're going to start. Kane is going to start. Aubameyang will start.
For me, seeing Eka Willian.
Yeah, that's the reason why I'm saying that probably Charles would have avoided taking Willian, because he most probably, at 70% chance, he doesn't start that game. I think Arteta will go for Aubameyang, Lacazette, and Pepe as the front three. That's just my opinion.
Own issue.
I do like his forward line, though.
Exactly. I like it.
Mitrovic scored a lot of goals for Fulham last season in the Championship. Kane, we know what Kane is going to bring to the table.
Yeah.
Danny Ings last season. Whoa. Yeah, he was on a roll. Then you look at the back line there. Robertson will get those assists.
Simple and clear. I think he can get something. Kilman always starting. So in the first 11, Doherty, pia almost 90% match anapiga. Robertson, it's a no-brainer.
But why does he
ningepatia Trent Arnold than Robertson?
Why does he have De Gea in this team? Man U has
he's a Man United fan. He's a Man United fan. So of course you'd expect him to have De Gea behind.
But why not? You can pick him.
I think there are better choices than De Gea.
Again, De Gea gonna competition. Goodness.
Dean Henderson is there. It's the same situation as now in Arsenal, where you don't know. But I think that he's going to start. De Gea is going to start.
Yeah.
Dean Henderson is good. De Gea is going to start. But yeah, as Kevin has said, there are better goalkeeping options than David De Gea that you can have there.
Even
and
cheaper.
Will give you cheaper and will give you more points than David De Gea. Nick Pope, for example.
Dubravka, they are there.
Dubravka from Newcastle is another one. Defensive line, Robertson, of course, going to get you points there. The other two, Doherty,
Kilman,
not sure.
The Wako always.
Kilman is not going to start. That's Wolves. He's not going to start. Let's move on. To now. Let me shout out Flavio Kimani. I think that's his name on Twitter. Flavio Kimani. Send me his team up about an hour towards the show, and I had to send it to my editor to edit it really quickly. He's a United fan, to be quite honest with you. He's a United fan.
Goodness.
And just looking at his team here, Schmeichel in goal, Doherty, Tierney, Laporte, Rudiger, Landstrom, Aubameyang, Ward-Prowse, Fernandes, Werner, Martial in the bench. There's Soucek, Douglas, and Mitrovic.
I know people will bash him for putting in Rudiger, but Rudiger, if he'll be beginning with the Thiago Silva, he'll give him points.
That's not another thing again. That situation where you do not know if he is going to start.
Yeah. You don't know what maybe which person Nani Lampard that I prefer, the Rudiger or Zuma. But I think for me as a Chelsea fan, I cannot put Zuma instead of I can start.
Kevin, your thoughts on his team?
I don't understand.
And where he could improve?
For the first game week, I think he should remove Martial and probably bring in Mitrovic.
He's a Man U fan, bro.
Mitrovic in that first 11 if he wants points. And then Soucek, last season, towards the end of last season, he picked up a couple of points. Landstrom was a bit shaky.
He started off very well, and then he teetered off.
I think I did prefer having Soucek than Landstrom in that team. For that defense, I think Rudiger is a problem there.
Rudiger is a problem there. Now, because we have like a minute left now. Kimani, what I'm going to say about your squad is, has Laporte tested? Okay, he's lucky Man City are not playing until next weekend, but I think this Laporte was tested positive with Mahrez as well.
Yeah, Mahrez is true.
So,
Laporte and Mahrez.
I think there's a good balance to the team. You're going to get points definitely from Aubameyang in that midfield and Fernandes. Because, of course, we know he's going to score a lot of penalties.
And Timo Werner probably because you don't know.
I was coming there. Relax yourself.
Sorry, bro.
Aubameyang, of course, going to give you points there. Fernandes, we know, definitely is going to score those penalties. We know about Man United all about. And I'm just taking a dig at you guys. Timo Werner, he's a natural goal scorer as well. If he gets going, you're going to get a lot of points from there. And he's the captain, so that's a very good option. Anthony Martial, this guy is a 50-50 guy. You just don't know when he'll hit. I don't know about Martial. He can be good. He fires hot and cold most of the time. But when he's hot, he's really, really hot. So it's a decent team. But yeah, I'd probably. Martial is still the issue. Martial is a guy who. Anyway, Flavian Skimani, shout you out for sending in your team. I think your team is decent enough, and you'll get quite a number of points, especially from that midfield and that attack. Now, guys, by the way, if you want us to be reviewing, analyzing and reviewing your team, send in your teams to me. Screenshot and send them to me on my DM on Twitter, and then every Monday we'll be doing this after every game week. That's the game is, of course, will be Saturday, Sunday, and sometimes on Monday. So yeah, we'll find a way how to fit that all in. So we'll be send them to me in my DM. We'll be analyzing them, tell you how you can improve, and if you have a problem with selecting your team, we can also help you out of how you can spend that 100 million. Now, with that said, sorry we did not review Bas' team because he didn't send it in, but next week I guarantee you we'll be taking a look at his team. Now, guys, unfortunately time is up here. Guys, you're just scrolling to your phones. Time is up here. Thank you guys for coming through.
Yeah, Sante Sana. Thank you for releasing me. I'm going back to
But Prince, just one word from you. Which team do you think is better, mine or Kevin's? Just say that, mine or Kevin's. No, I don't want a whole summary or a whole speech. Which team is better?
No.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, let me thank you.
You're both fake because you don't have policy.
Anyway, thank you viewers as well for tuning in, for sending in all your feedback and comments on WhatsApp and on Twitter. Let me thank everyone who has made this possible. That's the camera crew, everyone behind in the gallery as well. Now, do catch me here on Saturday. Of course, the Premier League kicks off this weekend. We'll be previewing some of those games, and I'll be joined by Bar, Salim, and Nicolette White. Now, until then, do enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Do keep warm and do keep it sporty.